Did you know that your absolute favorite superfood, the one you lovingly slice onto toast, blend into smoothies, and dollop onto salads, could actually be sabotaging your health? It's a startling thought, especially when we're talking about avocados, those creamy green fruits that have taken the culinary and wellness worlds by storm. It seems like overnight, avocados went from a niche ingredient to a global phenomenon, with Americans now consuming an astonishing average of 8 pounds per person each year. And why not? They're celebrated as nutritional powerhouses, absolutely loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats, brimming with fiber, packed with potassium, and bursting with essential vitamins. They're the darlings of dietitians and food bloggers alike. But here's a twist that most people never see coming. There are 6 critical yet commonly overlooked mistakes that can transform this celebrated fruit from a health hero into a potential health hazard. The irony is staggering. While millions, perhaps even you, reach for avocados with the best intentions, believing they're making one of the healthiest choices possible for their bodies, many are unknowingly exposing themselves to a spectrum of risks. These aren't just minor inconveniences. We're talking about issues ranging from persistent digestive distress and unexpected weight gain to, in some cases, severe and even life-threatening allergic reactions. The pervasive influence of social media has cultivated an almost religious devotion to avocados, encouraging people to incorporate them into virtually every meal without a deeper understanding of the potential consequences. With over a decade dedicated to studying nutritional science and food safety, I've seen how avocados perfectly demonstrate a crucial principle. Even the healthiest foods can become problematic when they're consumed incorrectly. Today, we're diving deep to uncover 6 potentially dangerous mistakes, all backed by peer-reviewed research that could be seriously undermining your health goals and putting you at unnecessary risk. So, if you're ready to learn how to truly maximize the avocado's incredible benefits while skillfully avoiding its hidden pitfalls, and if you want to ensure your avocado habit is helping, not hurting, then keep reading. Let's begin our journey by addressing the first and perhaps most surprising mistake: ignoring a natural compound called persin, a substance most avocado enthusiasts have likely never encountered by name. It's crucial to understand that every single part of the avocado plant, from its leaves and bark to its seeds and skin, contains this natural fungicidal toxin. While the concentration of persin in the ripe, edible flesh of the avocado is generally considered safe for human consumption, the very presence and nature of this compound tell a more complex and concerning story about avocado safety that warrants our attention. Persin is an oil-soluble compound that functions as a natural defense mechanism for the avocado plant, protecting it from fungal attacks. The highest concentrations are found in the leaves, followed by the bark, seeds, and the skin of the fruit. The flesh, the part we typically eat, contains the lowest levels, but it's important to remember that it is still present. The reason this becomes a point of concern stems from scientific research. For instance, a study published in reputable toxicology journals made a rather unsettling discovery. When avocado fruit extract was applied directly to human white blood cells in laboratory conditions, an in vitro study conducted in a petri dish, not within a living human body, it caused demonstrable DNA damage. This research indicated that the extract was genotoxic, meaning it possessed the potential to damage the genetic material within cells. Now, before you start to panic and swear off avocados forever, it's vital to contextualize this finding. Our bodies, particularly our livers, are equipped with sophisticated enzyme systems specifically designed to metabolize and neutralize compounds like persin. However, this research undeniably raises important questions, especially concerning the long-term effects of consistent, high-level avocado consumption patterns and for individuals whose liver function might be compromised. The concerning nature of persin becomes even more apparent when we examine its effects on animals. In birds, persin exposure can lead to alarming symptoms such as an increased heart rate, significant tissue damage, labored breathing, and in severe cases, it can unfortunately be fatal. Mammals like goats and horses aren't immune either. They can develop severe mastitis, inflammation of the mammary gland, and cardiac insufficiency when exposed to significant quantities of persin, typically from consuming leaves or other parts of the plant. While humans are generally more resistant to persin's effects than many animals, individual sensitivity can vary dramatically. People with compromised liver function, for example, might be at a higher risk of adverse effects because their body's ability to process and eliminate such compounds is diminished. Therefore, it's a strict rule to never consume avocado leaves, bark, or large quantities of the seeds. If you find yourself consuming avocados daily, it might be prudent to consider implementing periodic breaks, perhaps adopting a pattern like 5 days on and 2 days off. Furthermore, always pay close attention to any unusual symptoms that might arise with regular consumption, particularly unexplained fatigue, noticeable changes in digestion, or new skin reactions, as these could be subtle indicators that your body isn't processing something effectively. Our second common misstep revolves around one of the most misunderstood aspects of avocado consumption: its caloric content. Despite their well-deserved health halo and nutrient-rich profile, avocados are surprisingly calorie-dense. A single large avocado can pack around 320 calories, a significant number that can easily catch even the most health-conscious individuals off guard. This inherent caloric density creates a perfect storm for unintentional overconsumption, especially among those who are actively trying to eat healthily but may not be fully aware of portion implications. When we hear healthy fat, our minds don't always equate it with high calorie, but in the case of avocados, it's a crucial connection to make. The existing research on avocados and weight management tells a nuanced story that many people tend to misinterpret. It's true that multiple studies have found that moderate avocado consumption doesn't typically promote weight gain, and in some instances may even support weight management efforts. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association, for example, followed individuals who ate 1 avocado per day for 6 months and discovered that they maintained a stable body weight. This sounds like a green light for daily indulgence, but the crucial operative word here is moderate, and often what the study considers moderate is less than what people consume. The problem truly arises when individuals make the assumption that because avocados are undeniably healthy, they can eat them in virtually unlimited amounts without any negative consequences for their waistline. Research from the Adventist Health Study provided further insight, finding that while avocado consumers generally had lower body weights, these benefits were observed with relatively small daily portions, typically around 32 grams per day, which translates to roughly just 1/4 of a medium-sized avocado. This is precisely where the calorie trap becomes particularly insidious for many well-meaning individuals. Instead of using avocados as a replacement for other fats in their diet, many people simply add them on top of meals that are already calorically complete. Consider this: adding half an avocado to your already dressed salad tacks on an extra 160 calories. Tucking that same half an avocado into your sandwich, another 160 calories. Blending a whole avocado into your morning smoothie for extra creaminess, you've easily added 200 to 250 calories, if not more. Before you even realize it, these healthy additions can accumulate, leading to an extra 500 to 600 calories consumed per day solely from avocados. This surplus can, over time, contribute to unwanted weight gain despite your best intentions. It's important to recognize that a proper serving of avocado is generally considered to be about 1/3 of a medium fruit, or approximately 50 grams, providing a more manageable 80 to 100 calories. However, many people routinely consume entire avocados in a single sitting, unknowingly taking in 250 to 320 calories. To avoid this pitfall, try meticulously tracking your intake for a week to get a realistic picture of your consumption. More importantly, consciously think of avocados as a substitute for other fats, like mayonnaise, cheese, or butter, rather than just an additional ingredient. The third critical mistake we'll explore involves a hidden, yet surprisingly common, connection that could trigger severe allergic reactions in millions of people who have absolutely no idea they are at risk. This insidious condition is known as latex fruit syndrome. It's a well-documented medical phenomenon where individuals who are allergic to natural rubber latex also develop allergic reactions to certain foods, with avocados being one of the most frequent culprits. The science behind this cross-reactivity is both fascinating and deeply alarming, highlighting how interconnected our immune system's responses can be. Research compellingly shows that approximately 30 to 50% of individuals who are allergic to natural rubber latex also exhibit hypersensitivity to certain plant-derived foods, especially fresh fruits. This perplexing connection exists because both latex and these specific foods contain proteins that are structurally very similar. To your immune system, these proteins look almost identical, causing it to recognize the food protein as the same allergenic threat posed by latex. Avocados, specifically, contain class 1 chitinases, which are enzymes with hevein-like domains. These domains cross-react with hevein, a major allergen found in natural rubber latex. Furthermore, avocados also contain patatin-like proteins that share significant structural similarities with known latex allergens. Consequently, when someone with a pre-existing latex allergy consumes avocados, their immune system mistakenly identifies these similar protein structures from the fruit and launches the very same allergic response it would mount against latex itself. What makes this situation particularly dangerous is the fact that many people are unaware they even have a latex allergy. They might not realize their sensitivity until they encounter a medical procedure involving latex gloves, or perhaps they've unknowingly developed latex sensitivity through occupational exposure over time. Individuals in certain professions, such as healthcare workers, housekeepers, food service workers, and others who experience regular contact with latex products, are at a particularly high risk of developing this sensitivity. The symptoms of latex fruit syndrome can vary dramatically in severity, ranging from relatively mild oral allergy symptoms like an itching or tingling sensation in the mouth and throat while eating avocados, or swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, and localized skin reactions like hives around the mouth, to life-threatening anaphylaxis. This severe systemic reaction can progress rapidly, including widespread hives, difficulty breathing, a rapid pulse, dizziness, severe gastrointestinal distress like vomiting or diarrhea, and in the most extreme cases, anaphylactic shock, which requires immediate emergency medical treatment to prevent a fatal outcome. Scientific research has pinpointed avocados as one of the highest risk foods for triggering latex cross-reactivity. Studies consistently show that among people with confirmed latex allergies, positive food-specific antibody tests occur most frequently with avocados, with some studies indicating a reaction rate as high as 53%. This underscores the critical need for awareness, especially for anyone with a known or suspected latex sensitivity. Mistake number 4 might seem almost mundane or overly cautious at first glance, but it's a factor that is actually responsible for more foodborne illnesses than most people realize: improper handling, storage, and preparation of avocados. Due to their unique growing conditions, the way they are handled throughout the supply chain, and, crucially, how most people prepare and store them in their own kitchens, avocados present distinct food safety challenges that demand our careful attention to prevent illness. The contamination pathway for avocados often begins long before they even reach your kitchen counter. Avocados are typically grown in warm, humid climates, environments where bacterial pathogens such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria monocytogenes can readily thrive. The characteristic rough, porous, and dimpled skin of an avocado provides numerous nooks and crannies, perfect hiding places for these harmful bacteria to lodge themselves. This contamination isn't just a theoretical risk, it's a documented concern. A particularly concerning study conducted by food safety researchers discovered that bacteria residing on the outside of avocados can be very easily transferred to the edible flesh during the cutting process. Imagine this. When you take a knife and slice through an unwashed avocado, that knife blade acts as a vehicle, dragging any bacteria present on the contaminated skin directly into the soft, inviting fruit you're about to eat. This means that even if you diligently avoid eating the skin itself, you can still be exposed to dangerous pathogens if you haven't taken the proper precautions. The problem of bacterial multiplication becomes especially critical once an avocado is cut open. The warm, moist environment of freshly cut avocado flesh, combined with its nutrient-rich composition, creates an ideal breeding ground for rapid bacterial growth. Food safety experts have identified a temperature danger zone for foods, which ranges from 40 degrees Celsius to 140 degrees, 15 degrees to 60 degrees Celsius. When cut avocados are left within this temperature range, for example sitting out on the counter at room temperature, they become increasingly dangerous over time. At typical room temperature, harmful bacteria can double their numbers approximately every 20 minutes. Many people unknowingly create the perfect conditions for food poisoning by preparing guacamole or slicing avocado for a salad, and then leaving it out for extended periods, perhaps during a party or a long meal. Compounding this risk is the fact that the creamy texture and mild flavor of avocados can effectively mask the early signs of bacterial contamination. Unlike some other foods that might develop an obvious off odor or slimy texture when spoiled, contaminated avocados don't always look, smell, or taste noticeably bad, leading to a false sense of security. To mitigate these risks, proper avocado storage and handling require immediate and consistent attention to food safety protocols. Whole, uncut avocados can be safely stored at room temperature until they ripen. Once ripe, they should be transferred to the refrigerator, where they can last for an additional 5 to 7 days. However, the rules change drastically once an avocado is cut. Cut avocados must be refrigerated immediately in an airtight container and should be consumed within 2 to 3 days at the absolute maximum. Never, under any circumstances, leave cut avocados at room temperature for more than 1 hour, and even less if the room is particularly warm. Finally, and this is a step many people skip, even though you're not eating the skin, it is absolutely essential to wash the entire avocado thoroughly under cold running water for at least 30 seconds, gently scrubbing the skin before you cut into it. This simple step can significantly reduce the transfer of bacteria from the skin to the flesh. The fifth critical mistake we're addressing involves the potentially dangerous interactions that can occur between avocados and various common medications. These interactions could, in some instances, be literally life-threatening, yet they are risks that most doctors, unfortunately, may not routinely discuss with their patients in the context of dietary choices like avocado consumption. Avocados contain several bioactive compounds, natural substances that can have potent effects on the body, and these can significantly alter how certain medications work, either by reducing their effectiveness or by dangerously amplifying their effects. The most critical and well-documented interaction involves blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, also known by the brand name Coumadin, as well as some of the newer anticoagulants like dabigatran, Pradaxa, and rivaroxaban, Xarelto. Avocados contain moderate amounts of vitamin K, a nutrient that plays a crucial role in the body's blood clotting process. For individuals taking blood thinners, maintaining a consistent daily intake of vitamin K is absolutely essential for the medication to work effectively and safely. The dosage of these medications is carefully calibrated by doctors based on a patient's typical vitamin K consumption. Therefore, suddenly increasing or drastically decreasing avocado consumption can throw off this delicate balance, leading to potentially serious and even life-threatening consequences. Blood-thinning medications function by interfering with the vitamin K-dependent clotting factors produced in your liver. If you suddenly start eating avocados daily after rarely consuming them, the extra vitamin K can counteract your medication's intended effect, making your blood more prone to clotting and potentially leading to dangerous blood clots, stroke, or heart attack. Conversely, if you've been regularly eating avocados and then suddenly stop, your blood may become too thin because the medication's effect is no longer being buffered by your usual vitamin K intake, thereby significantly increasing your risk of serious bleeding. The concerns regarding cardiovascular medication interactions extend beyond just blood thinners. Avocados are exceptionally high in potassium, containing about 975 milligrams per cup, which is remarkably more than twice the amount found in a banana. While potassium is generally a beneficial nutrient, especially for blood pressure regulation, this high concentration can pose a risk for individuals taking certain heart or blood pressure medications. Specifically, people taking ACE inhibitors like lisinopril or ramipril, ARBs, angiotensin II receptor blockers like losartan or valsartan, or potassium-sparing diuretics such as spironolactone or amiloride need to be cautious. Adding significant amounts of high potassium foods like avocado to their diet can potentially lead to hyperkalemia, a dangerous medical condition where blood potassium levels become excessively high. Hyperkalemia can cause serious symptoms, including irregular heart rhythms, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, it can even trigger cardiac arrest. Furthermore, interactions with diabetes medications present another layer of complexity. The high fiber content in avocados, while generally healthy, can slow down the absorption of oral diabetes medications, potentially reducing their overall effectiveness in controlling blood sugar. Additionally, the abundant monounsaturated fats in avocados can enhance insulin sensitivity. While this might sound beneficial in theory, it can actually be dangerous for individuals who are on insulin therapy or taking sulfonylurea drugs, like glipizide or glyburide. The enhanced insulin sensitivity, combined with these medications, can cause unpredictable and potentially severe drops in blood sugar, hypoglycemia, leading to symptoms like dizziness, confusion, shakiness, and even loss of consciousness. Therefore, if you take any medications regularly for any condition, it is absolutely crucial to consult your prescribing physician or pharmacist before making avocados a daily or frequent habit to ensure your dietary choices are working in harmony with your treatment plan. The final mistake we'll delve into is perhaps the most overlooked, yet it can be profoundly dangerous in its own right: failing to recognize and respect your own individual tolerance and sensitivity to avocados. It's a common misconception to assume that because a food is widely hailed as healthy, it must be universally well tolerated by everyone. However, individual responses to avocados can vary dramatically based on a complex interplay of factors, including your unique genetics, your current health status, pre-existing conditions, and even the makeup of your gut microbiome. What one person thrives on, another might find problematic. Digestive sensitivity to avocados is actually more common than most people realize. The impressively high fiber content, about 13.5 grams in a whole medium avocado, while beneficial for many, can cause significant digestive distress in individuals with sensitive stomachs or those who are not accustomed to consuming high fiber foods regularly. Symptoms of this type of sensitivity can include uncomfortable bloating, excessive gas, abdominal cramping, and noticeable changes in bowel movements, which can range from constipation for some to diarrhea for others. This doesn't necessarily mean avocados are bad, but rather that your digestive system might struggle to process that much fiber or fat in one go. The FODMAP content in avocados presents another significant sensitivity issue for a subset of the population. FODMAPs are fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols, essentially short-chain carbohydrates that can be poorly absorbed in the small intestine. Avocados contain sorbitol, a type of polyol, sugar alcohol, which can cause considerable digestive problems in people diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO. For these individuals, even relatively small amounts of avocado can trigger a cascade of uncomfortable symptoms, including severe abdominal pain, excessive and embarrassing gas, and prolonged digestive upset that can sometimes last for days. Histamine intolerance is another increasingly recognized condition that can make avocados problematic for certain individuals. Histamine is a chemical involved in your immune system, digestion, and central nervous system, While avocados are not excessively high in histamine themselves, they are considered histamine liberators for some, and their histamine content does increase as they ripen. Overripe avocados, therefore, can be particularly troublesome, potentially triggering symptoms in histamine-sensitive people. These symptoms can be diverse, including headaches or migraines, skin reactions like hives or flushing, nasal congestion, and various digestive issues. Furthermore, oral allergy syndrome, OAS, represents another distinct form of individual sensitivity. People who suffer from certain pollen allergies, particularly birch pollen allergy, may develop cross-reactive symptoms when eating avocados. This typically manifests as itching, tingling, or mild swelling in the mouth, lips, and throat immediately or shortly after consuming the fruit. While these reactions are usually mild and confined to the oral cavity, they can occasionally progress to more severe systemic reactions in highly sensitive individuals. Underlying these varied responses are often genetic variations in enzyme production, which can significantly affect how individuals metabolize the diverse compounds found in avocados. Some people possess genetic variants that affect their ability to efficiently process certain types of fats, while others may have differences in their enzymatic capacity to break down plant compounds like percin. These inherent genetic differences mean that some individuals may experience negative effects from avocados at consumption levels that are perfectly safe and beneficial for others. Lastly, age-related changes in digestion can also influence avocado tolerance. As we age, our natural production of digestive enzymes, particularly those that break down fats, tends to decrease. This can make high-fat foods like avocados more difficult to digest for some older adults, leading to discomfort. The key to navigating these potential issues is to identify your own individual tolerance through careful observation and honest documentation. Keeping a detailed food diary where you note not just what you eat and how much, but also when you eat it and any symptoms you experience in the following 24 to 48 hours can be an invaluable tool in understanding your body's unique responses. After navigating through all these potential pitfalls and cautionary tales, you might understandably be wondering if avocados are even worth the risks and the careful consideration they seem to demand. The answer, resoundingly, is absolutely yes, but with the crucial caveat: when consumed correctly. When approached with knowledge and mindfulness, avocados remain one of the most nutritionally dense and beneficial foods available to us, offering an impressive and diverse array of health benefits when they are eaten safely and in appropriate amounts that align with your individual needs. The cardiovascular benefits of avocados are among the most well-researched and compelling reasons to thoughtfully include them in your diet. A wealth of multiple high-quality studies has consistently shown that regular, moderate avocado consumption can significantly improve key markers of heart health. The predominant fats in avocados are monounsaturated fats, primarily oleic acid, the same healthy fat found in olive oil. These beneficial fats play a crucial role in improving cholesterol profiles by helping to reduce levels of bad LDL, low-density lipoprotein, cholesterol, while simultaneously maintaining or even increasing levels of good HDL, high-density lipoprotein cholesterol. A comprehensive review and meta-analysis of various studies found that consistent avocado consumption was associated with a notable 16 to 22% decreased risk of cardiovascular disease and coronary heart disease, which is a significant protective effect. Beyond their healthy fats, the impressive potassium content in avocados provides exceptional support for blood pressure regulation, with nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium per cup, far exceeding the amount in a banana. Avocados deliver a powerful dose of this essential mineral. Potassium helps to counteract the blood pressure-raising effects of sodium in the diet, promoting healthier blood vessel function and overall cardiovascular stability. This rich potassium profile makes avocados particularly valuable for individuals who are at risk of hypertension or are looking to manage existing high blood pressure naturally. though as we discussed previously, those on certain medications that affect potassium levels need to ensure this is done under medical supervision. The antioxidant profile of avocados is also quite remarkable and includes potent compounds that are relatively rare in many other commonly consumed foods. Lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoid antioxidants, are notably concentrated in avocados. These compounds are particularly renowned for their protective effects on eye health, as they accumulate in the macula of the eye and help filter harmful blue light, potentially reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, two leading causes of vision loss. Finally, one of the most underappreciated yet incredibly significant benefits of including avocados in your meals is their ability to enhance nutrient absorption. The healthy fats present in avocados don't just benefit your body directly, they also play a crucial role in significantly improving the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K, and other important phytonutrients like carotenoids from other foods eaten at the same meal. For example, studies have demonstrated that adding avocado or avocado oil to salads can dramatically increase the absorption of carotenoids like alpha-carotene, beta-carotene, and lutein from the vegetables in that salad by as much as 3 to 5 times compared to eating the same salad without avocado. This synergistic effect means avocados not only provide their own nutrients, but also help you unlock more nourishment from your entire meal. For those looking to harness these optimal benefits while minimizing risks, current research generally supports consuming about 1/3 to 1/2 of a medium avocado, perhaps 3 to 4 times per week, as part of a balanced diet, always keeping individual tolerance and medical conditions in mind. Now that we've thoroughly explored both the potential risks and the remarkable benefits associated with avocados, let's transition into a practical discussion on how to confidently and safely implement avocado consumption practices into your lifestyle. The overarching key is to develop a systematic, informed approach that allows you to maximize all the wonderful health advantages avocados offer while diligently minimizing any potential risks, all tailored to your unique individual circumstances. Your journey should begin with a thoughtful baseline assessment of your current health status and any specific risk factors you might have. If you are currently taking any medications, prescription or over-the-counter, have known allergies, especially to latex or pollen allergies that might cross-react, or suffer from any digestive sensitivities such as IBS, SIBO, or general discomfort after eating high-fat or high-fiber foods, it is absolutely paramount to consult with your healthcare providers, your doctor, a registered dietitian, or a pharmacist before making avocados a regular and significant part of your diet. They can provide personalized advice based on your medical history and specific needs. For your first few weeks of incorporating avocados more regularly, adopt a start low and go slow strategy, monitoring your body's response very carefully. Begin with just a few slices, perhaps equivalent to about 1/4 of a medium avocado, and try consuming this portion only every other day initially. This cautious approach allows your system to adjust and gives you an opportunity to observe any subtle reactions. During this introductory period, keep a detailed food and symptom diary. In this diary, meticulously note not just what you eat, including the amount of avocado, but also how you feel physically and mentally in the 24 to 48 hours following consumption. Pay attention to energy levels, digestive comfort, skin changes, mood, or any other unusual sensations. This log will become an invaluable tool for identifying your personal tolerance thresholds. From the very beginning, establish and consistently adhere to proper food safety protocols. Always, without exception, wash whole avocados thoroughly under cold running water, gently scrubbing the skin before you cut into them. Use clean utensils and cutting boards to prevent cross-contamination. Once an avocado is cut, it must be refrigerated immediately in an airtight container to slow bacterial growth and oxidation. As a strict rule, never leave cut avocados sitting at room temperature for more than 1 hour. If the ambient temperature is high, reduce this time even further. Develop a sustainable portion control strategy that works for you. In the beginning, it can be incredibly helpful to use measuring tools, like a food scale to weigh out a 50-gram portion or visually dividing a medium avocado into thirds to truly understand what an appropriate serving size looks like. This practice helps to prevent the calorie creep we discussed earlier. Instead of viewing avocados as a daily must-have, consider creating a rotation schedule. Eating avocados, say, 3 to 4 times a week rather than every single day, allows your body more time to process any accumulated compounds, like persin, albeit in small amounts from the flesh, and can also reduce the risk of developing new sensitivities over time due to constant exposure. This varied approach to your diet is generally a healthier strategy overall. A final slice of wisdom. To recap, we've carefully peeled back the layers on 6 critical mistakes that can, unfortunately, turn the celebrated avocado from a superfood champion into a potential health hazard. First, we explored the often ignored potential effects of persin, the natural toxin present in all parts of the avocado plant. Second, we addressed the ease with which one can fall into the calorie trap by over-consuming this surprisingly energy-dense fruit, leading to unintended weight gain. Third, we shed light on the dangerous and often undiagnosed latex fruit syndrome, which can cause severe allergic reactions in susceptible individuals. Fourth, we highlighted how common storage and preparation mistakes can inadvertently turn avocados into a breeding ground for serious foodborne illnesses. Fifth, we delved into the significant and potentially life-threatening medication interactions that can occur, particularly with blood thinners and certain heart or diabetes drugs. And sixth, we emphasized the crucial importance of recognizing and respecting your unique individual tolerance and sensitivity levels, as not everyone can process avocados in the same way. But please, let this comprehensive exploration not lead you to banish avocados from your diet entirely. It's vital to remember that when consumed correctly, with awareness and respect for these potential issues, avocados remain one of nature's most nutritionally complete and beneficial foods. The true key lies in informed consumption, understanding appropriate portions, practicing proper preparation and storage, being aware of potential interactions if you're on medication, and above all, listening to and respecting your own body's individual responses. By embracing these principles, you can continue to enjoy the delicious taste and powerful health benefits of avocados safely and effectively. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you unknowingly made any of these mistakes in the past? Have you ever experienced any unusual symptoms with avocado consumption that you previously couldn't quite explain? Your insights and experiences are valuable to our community.